Hey everyone, my name is Shauna and welcome back to another figure unboxing. Today we are looking at the OC Mina swimsuit version done by Ensoutoys. Never got anything from this company before, but this is Mina, the proclaimed sneakerhead by the artist Chaesu, my currently favorite character artist right now. There's like the original illustration. Yeah, I'll put his Twitter at least, or his X, excuse me, in the description so you can check out his stuff from there if you want to, but I'm super excited for this figure. I'm just going right in, man. I pre-ordered her and I do not know if she will be an in-stock figure, so like available after the pre-order. You might be able to find her pre-owned and stuff, I don't know. She does include, or the figure includes, something I didn't even know was included because the second I saw her up for pre-order, I just went for it. You do get a small tapestry of the illustration as well. Pretty cool. I genuinely did not know what came with this. That's how quick I was on the pre-order. Alright. Let's open this up and get right to the details. The plastic inner packaging is pretty basic and standard. All present and not ignored, which is nice. Doesn't happen often, but sometimes it does. You take her out. Alright, there. Comes with, obviously, the figure herself, the shoes she carries in her hand, and then the sandy base. Let's take a look at the base first. Yeah, that looks pretty much as good as I was expecting it to be from the quick look at the images I did. It's really nice sand. Like, I don't know about you, but I've been to a beach and this is this looks very much like the wet part of the beach, you know, where the tide pulls in. A bit stiff on the entry and doesn't quite fit perfectly. Of course, this could be just due to the ship time. The warping could be due to temperature changes and whatnot. I doubt this is universal, just a little off, which honestly isn't even that big of a deal because how are you going to look anywhere else but her? Got a little plastic for this part there, and I think we're ready to clear it all out and take a closer look. Alright, first let's take a look at the shoes. Very standard, very basic, but they look good. The shoelaces, really done well. Not too, like, fused, overly mold, like, you know how they can do with small details. It kind of just molds together and creates a big blob. So we turn her around. Maybe they go the other way. Does it matter? I think it matters. There. Alright, we'll start at the head and work our way down. We'll start at her face with the eyes. They look very well done. Her signature ribbon that she very often wears in a lot of his illustrations is done quite well too. Her hair, well, one of the shoes just fell. Her hair is also well molded with, I would say, very well hidden part separation. They got it right here at the bangs. Doesn't look too obvious. Even got a little bit of ears there. A little bit of excess plastic still on, but you probably can't even tell in the camera. Yeah. Going down to her outfit. This is also a classic swimsuit he has drawn her in many different times, along with a top that I very much like as well. Okay, we're just gonna have to leave this out for now. Very well done. Like, I especially like that you can even still see the slight detail of the way the straps pull up like that. They're not just molded into the skin and, you know. And further down we've got the lower body. Going further down, again, nice molding, very succinct detailing, not all just mushed and molded together like it can sometimes be. Then the legs and feet have a very subtle and slight like color shading added, which is very nice. Adds just a little bit more depth and feature to the legs. And the toes are done very well. Alright, I mean, I know this was a quick video, but honestly there isn't much to say. I mean, this is often the case for very basic like swimsuit figures. There's not a lot of clothing detail to show out, not a lot of extra accessories and stuff to show out. Very straight and to the point, which is also why I like these kind of figures so much. It's just very simple, yet very beautiful. Size comparison. Box doesn't say she's 1/7 scale, but I'm pretty sure the site said she was 1/7 scale. Or it might say 1/7 scale on the back of the box somewhere and all that extra information. But it definitely looks like she is a 1/7 scale. Now for the final words. Honestly, if we're just looking at this from a figure standpoint, it's good because I don't see any flaws, really, any slight details that bother me, like the nitpicky stuff. Some people might not like the certain amount of gaps in the parts of the hair, which is still, I've seen so much worse. This isn't even bad at all. It's pretty standard in my opinion. And the only flaw in the plastic that I've seen so far is just a tiny little bit on this ear and hair right here. Just a little extra, but it's impossible to notice unless you're really up close nitpicking it. I guess I didn't show the hand very well. But it's also a very standard hand with just a little bit of fingernail. Doesn't quite look like there's nail polish or anything. So yeah, there isn't really much to say other than I personally am super happy to have this. I'm a big fan of her as a character, so it's almost impossible to not satisfy me. They did a great job just matching the source material and everything. Again, I really don't know if this figure is going to be available to buy anywhere. I don't know if it was a pre-order only. Since this is a unique case of her not belonging to any certain media, I can see how she could draw you in maybe, because you don't have to be like, oh, I haven't seen the show, I don't know anything about her. Like, it's Chaesu, the artist, does very well at telling her story through all his art. You should look at all his, he's done so many of her that you definitely can see who she is as a character, her personality and stuff, from his vast array of different types of things he shows her doing and how she acts, etc. I highly recommend checking him out. Again, his link is in the description. I wish you the best of luck in all your figure collecting adventures, and farewell, my friends.